What's up? I'm Drew Paul Bell, and today what I want to talk with you about is what should you do if you don't want to know what you want to do with your life, what you want to do for your career. I heard some great advice from a guy named Casey Neistat, who's here on YouTube. I'm a huge fan of his, and a lot of people ask him this question. He always says that you should do something that you hate if you don't know what you want to do. Because as you're scrubbing dishes and cleaning out pots and pans, you'll be fantasizing and dreaming about the thing that you actually want. And I think that that's really good advice. I would also add to this though, that I think that if you really don't know what you want to do, you should go major in architecture. If you can work hard, if you're not afraid of like working really, really hard, and if you can afford it, because that's a major issue. Don't put yourself into millions of dollars of debt because you have no idea what you want to do. Not millions of dollars of debt. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. Don't set yourself up like that if you don't have to. But architecture, I think, is a great way of figuring out whatever it is that you like. The reason why is because embedded in it is going to be a lot of the things that you hate, right? Like Casey Neistat explained, it's also going to taste on a lot. It's going to give you the opportunity to taste a lot of the things that you do like, because architecture touches on so many things. It touches on so many aspects of human nature, of how people live in space, how people live in general. It also has to do with design and the skill of making something, whether you're making a building or you're making a drill or you're making a marketing plan. There is a guy who lives here at my lives here in this in my one of my neighbors, and he runs some tech company, and he has hired somebody to do his marketing that was trained as an architect, and he decided he wanted to do a career change, or rather he was actually like an industrial designer. So he basically designed like drills for like Black & Decker or one of these people, and my neighbor said, I would rather hire somebody like him because he had to think holistically. He had to understand that if you're going to make this one minor change on the drill, you're going to move the battery pack, then you have to redesign the entire drill. There's tons of like other things that come in, other factors that come into play. As an architect, as being trained as an architect, you have to dabble in this kind of thing. So many people, when they come through normal educational systems, they're not dealing with the consequences of decisions. They're picking on a multiple choice question test, A, B, C, or D. There's no consequence. There's no change. They're picking the right answer out of a bunch of other things, or they're writing essays where the ideas have already been figured out by somebody. They're just kind of like proving that they understand them. But as an architect, you're being trained to create something new. That challenge is something that will better prepare you for any career that you want to transition into. And because the process of studying architecture touches on so many different topics, it will be very likely that you're going to be able to discern what it is that you like and what it is that you don't like. And then if you get into architecture and you figure out that architecture is the whole thing, there's pros and cons, and the cons don't outweigh the pros don't outweigh the cons, right? You decide it's not worth it, then you can specialize and focus in on that one thing that you want to go do, and maybe you only like the engineering side, you want to go be an engineer, or you only like the artistic side, and then you want to go work on designing things maybe as like an industrial engineer, or you want to go into the business world and try to take on designer type stuff, whether you're designing whatever. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of things that you can transition into from architecture, and the training that you get from architecture is going to enable you to do that. Also, the experience is going to help you make the decision. So I hope that this helps you. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.